Right now!
Oh.
Right now!
Oh, look, I can't find it, but I'll try it.
Right now! She'd be wanting to watch me. Good. What do we got here? Back. I'm going to cut this thing out now. This is not about templates. This is not about anything else. There we go. This is on. Compressor's charged. Ready to go. I got this thing to cut out. I'm going to rough cut this thing out if I can still see it. There's a problem with Sharpie after a while. You can't see it. Let's see here. See if I can get this going. Come on.
I can hear you.
Oh, thank you.
And I can see you.
Shut the door.
Okay.
Oh, let's trade one lousy, noisy toy for another. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anybody that wants to know what we're making, this is what it was. This, I've traced it out, and I have made this now. I'm going to... Oh, I gotta cut the... I didn't cut the bottom U shape out. Hold on. Let's turn this back on for a second. Go. Shh, quiet air compressor. Shh, everybody hear it. Quiet. That's a little bit wonky. So the Throatless Bosch air pneumatic shears. These things are amazing. They cut like butter, and for the low price of, they were priced at like $160. I got them for a lot less. They do sell an electric version of these if you don't have air compressors and stuff. It makes your steel not flat. So I have to flatten it out a bit. But I have all these things here in the way. Come on! You know what? I used to have an expensive tripod. I no longer have this expensive tripod. It was like $320. It was very nice. And now I have an inexpensive tripod and a fridge where my camera used to be. So my broken vise I use almost exclusively for beating things on top of in this position, like this. Maybe one day I'll make a video of me fixing it, but I still have this one fully functional for now. And I'm going to make this a little flat. Can you even see what I'm doing? There you go. Look at this. See? All I have is a piece of 2x2 square stock. This was $6. It was a piece of 2x2 hot rolled steel. And I use it for different things, but... So, actually, the story behind that was I bought 2 of them, and I was going to make a pyramid to make the knuckles on a like gauntlets, right? The Gothic shaped pointed knuckles. But what happened was it didn't work very well. It was easier for me to make that shape. And I've lost my pattern. Oh well, it's okay. It was easier for me to make that shape on a single point instead of having an actual pyramid and just hammering it on it. It was easier for me to just do it off of the edge of a steel and a hatchet, actually. Some of this to make this flat. Somebody's gonna come and close my door in a minute. Close enough. Now, I am going to... I guess I could have cut more out of that U shape. I missed the mark a little bit. I'm going to sand the rest though. I'm going to sand the rest because I don't feel like using files anymore. 80 grit in the belt. 80 grit in the belt. Don't forget to center the belt. This is also something I do. This is my belt sander. I don't have another one. I used to not care about the curves and the angles of the shapes that I wanted to make because I could make any shape with a file. I currently, if I have a radius in a pattern, it's never going to be tighter than this because it's easier for me to use my belt sander to just lay into it, and then I have a perfect radius, and that's the shape, and I don't have to go back with a file making it tighter. If I had a different belt sander with like a smaller radius on the edge here, maybe I could consider that, but I don't need to. I'm gonna finish cleaning this up. Ow! Sometimes I follow the pattern exactly. Sometimes in this situation, what I'm trying to do here is I got two separate sizes, and because nobody's going to compare this exact piece of armor to another one that I've made, probably not. I'm going to make them about the same, even if they're not exact to the pattern. It does make them slightly different than every other one I've made. It's not a CNC punch turret, so inaccuracy might actually bring some individual beauty. We'll find out. It's a little more concentric between the two sides. That's more important sometimes. I've said this, I'm sure, before, and I'll say it a million more times. like if you wouldn't give this to a child, then it's not dull enough. Then it's still too sharp. If you wouldn't hand this to a baby because there's a sharp edge on it, then you're not done making it smooth. So I do want to cut this with the saw or with the shear a minute, because I did totally miss the line. Sometimes Sharpie will fade a little bit after you apply it, but if you do it quick, it's easier to see. So that's where I want the line. Oh, and I did totally just lie. I realized that about the radiuses I have. There are exceptions. This has to be strapped on to a handle, and this has to be the radius of the handle. That will have to be filed down, but let's see if I can get this. See if I can get this radius a little bit tighter. There we go. Cut a slug off. I don't even know where I've been putting these. There. How about that? That's good. What? No. Gotta flatten it because it's cooking again. Not to put too many dents in it early. I'm gonna sand it. I think I'm done with this for now. See. Squeak, 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 squeak. I know. I make these all the time. Look. Soft jaws. I was using plastic for a while. But I got this nice piece of pipe. I made those from, where's my file? This one's okay. Oh, here we go. This one's muy bueno. This is a finer file. Not really. Oh, no, that'll work for, of course. Files you can throw out. I take care of my files at work so much better than I take care of my files at home. Oh, the guy, I love that sound. Let's see, where's the stick? I think it's this size. Take two. If it's not good enough for a baby, ain't good enough for me. Somehow, these always turn out all right. There's a history behind this pattern. And I've always been a fan of like anyone creating something artistic from something they see or like an idea they have. I get a lot of ideas for things that I've built like just from looking at other stuff and not necessarily copying it, but maybe taking key points of it. If I make a cart, I know that there's a few different things you can do, like a swivel caster or straight casters for different reasons, and you could make different carts for different reasons based on the type of cart you need will determine the types of wheels you can put on it. I made dollies with skateboard trucks because I knew that I would never need to turn very, very sharply. You always pick a pretty side and a not so pretty side. Oh yeah. Okay. The rest I'm sure I could do with the belt sander. Loud noises! So this is something I try to do. If you were to grind something and then stop, like say you've got an edge, you would grind it. If you stopped in the middle of that edge and then started again, you will always see where you start and stop, unless you're a master at grinding. So what I try to do to avoid all of that nonsense is to try and grind smoothly all the way around the edge. And in cases like this where every edge is round or has a radius, I will try to do the entire thing in one pass on one side. Then flip it over and try to do the exact same thing over again on the other side. Take two. Oh, and in this case, I've got 2 points. And the reason why I started at these points is because I've already done this section with a file, and it's not going to be absolutely perfect. It's going to be good enough. I'm not going to be able to get in here with the belt sander, right? I'm going to go back with the file and take care of that, which just stuck in my finger. So I'm going to start where I can't grind in, and then I know I can go all the way around and stop where also I can't grind. Hey. Well, that's a lot. So a couple of the points where I thought I had a sharp edge, I did. But instead of just hitting that one point, like I said, start and stop where there's an edge, I did the whole thing over. I didn't press hard at all. I lightly touched it, and it gave me a nice profile. It doesn't look bad. It looks almost machine-made. Parts of this, it's hard to tell. It's hard to see on film. Look, see what I'm talking about? See, it's just a consistent edge all the way around. I can see it. It's the shiny bit. And this edge, oh yeah, in here. This little piece gotta go. Yes, I know files only work one way, but Oh no. It's a good idea moving my belt sander here. So much faster than filing. Less noise. Still a little sharp. Waka waka waka. 120. Make sure you put it on the right way. Belt sanding blades. Belt sanding blades are all made different. And no matter what they do, it seems like they're not always the same width on like one side as the other. Maybe it has to do with the thickness, but every time you put a new belt blade on, you should be able to see it. Well, you should have to adjust it. Unless they're from the same batch and the same cut. And when they're gonna break, it's usually on startup or stopping. So when I'm like turning it on and like hiding my face, it's because I know when I turn it on, when it first starts up, that's probably when it's gonna break, not when I'm using it. Now it will break when I use it. If I push too hard or I abuse it or if I let it wear down too much, which is what happened with the old one. See, right here, that's part of it. But let's see if we can't make this. So this is a finer grit. I'm just going to do the exact same thing I did a minute ago, only trying to make it smoother. Handle on the hilt side is 1 1/4 inches. This is still not absolutely perfect, but it's very close. I have sandpaper somewhere. Where, you ask? In the blue bin. Where's the blue bin? It used to sit there. And then moved it? Oh, it's right here. It's literally right here in front of me. See? Blue bin. Blue bin. Right here. See the blue bin? Just looked over this whole garage for the blue bin. The blue bin has some signs, which are going to be away there. And inside, sandpaper. Let's see what we got. 120 silicone carbide. I'm looking for something a little bit like this. Oh, sometimes you get some nice sandpaper that rips. This is 120 grit silicone carbide. But this rips like trash. The ones with like fiber, like the directional fiber, they rip better. This is just on paper. Going to make sure no babies will get cut off of this piece of metal. And I can punch holes and, oh, I might have to drill with a hole saw. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Let's check these other two out. These are good. No babies will die from these. Alright. So these are good. This has a giant hole that's a 1.25 inches in diameter. So there's a few ways to do it. You have holes on us for it. My garage is so full, or it's too small. We have 1.25 inch PO. What is this? 1.75 inches? No. 1.375. This is 1.25 inches. No, that's not right. That was 1.25 inches. Let's compare this real quick to one of these things. I might even be way out to lunch on this. Let's go with this. This is 1 3/8. What is this? This is 1 3/8. OD. This is 1.5 inches. That's the one I want to use, I think. They sell these sets for not too much money. And they're pretty handy for drilling large size holes. The first time I made this basket hilt, the guy that taught me how to make it didn't have a hole saw set like this. So what we did, and it's a really good idea, if you have a drill, what we did was we took a small drill like this, we made a hole, we center punched several holes, we used this to drill each one of them in a circle, and then we used a file and put the thing in the vise and filed the hole until it was smooth. This hopefully will do it a lot faster. And these sets are pretty inexpensive too. Like I said, they wear out faster if you drop them in the concrete. Oh, and I broke a tooth off. Look, I broke a tooth off right there. Brand new, never used it. Oh well. Let's put this on. Screw it into the pilot hole. Pilot drill bit. Let's get the drill. Put this in there. And we will put the part in a vise with a center punch, because these hole saws work wonderful as long as this center drill is in good sharp shape. Find the center of that hole, find the center punch. There, got a center punch. Found one. I modified all my punches so I don't have a regular center punch. This one is not been modified. Center? Is that center? Always by eye. Always by eye and not by measurement, because sometimes measurement will make it wrong. Will make it look out. Look out! So, back in the vise. Oh no, my air compressor auxiliary tank. Plugged in. Now you can drill a pilot hole before you use this, but the pilot hole has to be smaller than this for this to center itself perfectly. There we go. Ready? Let's see. bites. Well, that worked. All right. Now we have a hole. Like a jigsaw and other saws, this is sharp. And needs to be filed. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. File it flat, then take the burr off. File it flat, then take the burr. Switch sides and do the same exact thing all over again. Ah! Looks pretty dull. I'd hand that to a baby. Maybe. Yeah, I would definitely hand it to a baby now. Maybe not one of mine. Now, I've got a bunch of holes in here that I can't see where they're supposed to be. I'm going to reapply the paint from this Sharpie. Oh, come on. I don't really have... Oh, here's a red one. Sharpie has all these translucent ones. So for transferring holes, I have a Sharpie fine point, but for transferring holes from metal through metal to another metal surface, I will use the fine point. But I prefer using the regular Sharpie tip for template to metal. I like it better. I feel like it puts more stuff down. It feels like there's more ink, and then I'm not less likely to, a lot less likely to damage the tip. Where's my space heater? Seriously. I had it here. I looked for it. Couldn't find it. Can see my breath. No. You can always drill these holes. That's much better. I can see them. You can always drill them. And it's easy to figure out what size. Are these 3/16? What are they? These are the rivets I got from Spinar. 3/16 diameter, 3/8 long rivet. Oh! Right here. That's the rivet I like to use. It's got a large button head on it because it's a 3/16 rivet and not, I don't know, like a 3/32 rivet. I do have 3/32 rivets, but I don't like the idea of using them Oh, here's even smaller ones. Are like, if it's to like protect somebody, I would much rather put my head in something. Oh, it's gone. Something bigger than something smaller. The 1/8 one is already tiny, so I'm using the 3/6 or yeah 3/16 rivets. They're bigger, and with the button head, they look huge, but they're pre-made, manufactured. I don't have to do it. And if you're drilling, drill the same size hole because your drill will wobble a little bit, no matter how good you are, as long as you use a drill in your hand like this. But I have a punch. I have several punches. Let's see. This one work. This one is not the right size. This one is not the right size. This one is slightly bigger, but not too much bigger. I normally like to put it in a vise, but okay. Now let's see. When you put your first hole, you have to be bang on. I really wish I had a light behind this. You know, I've been saying this for a long time. Having a light behind my thing, I think would make it a lot easier to see. I'm gonna do this. Put it on an angle so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. There's a hole. Did you see me? Can you see me? There we go. It's a hole. And we'll punch another hole. A hole here. A hole here. Another hole here. Another hole here. The concentricness is important, right? More than the pattern. Trying to make it by eye pleasing. Oh, it's gonna fall out of the vise. No. Never mind. Normally put it in that other vise. I'm going to try and make this as straight as possible. You can make a jig too. A jig would be nice. There we go. He stopped. Let's see. There's another one. Oh. There we go. One hole, other hole. Hole here, other hole here. So a couple of them are a little bit out of position. We'll be fine. As long as these are. You see this? Look, it looks like some sort of a bat. Batman. So the history behind this one was somebody saw Basket Hilt, liked it, liked the look of it, said, I could probably make that. It's only a couple pieces. And then changed it a little bit and changed it a little bit and came up with this design. This exact design, actually. And the way you bend it and put it together will debating. Oh, I can use this tree stump. This one's fine, I'm sure. Depending on how well the pieces fit, will determine how well the Basket Hilt looks after the fact. Let's go like this. My stove for my barbecue. There we go. Oh, okay. We got this. Let me grab the hammer. The right hammer and a wrong hammer. These hammers I customize. This is the wrong one. This one may be it. This one is it. So I dish 99% of all metal that I move with hammers. And it's because it's easier. I dish into a wooden stump because it does leave less marks than a swage block ever would. Okay, let's turn this like this. Oh boy. Yeah, these hammers come with an edge on it that are machined. They're not like made into a radius. They have a flat surface with lines on it and then a chamfer basically after they forge it. But I have customized these hammers. I think there's videos up on how I've done it using buffers and then a file and then a buffer and then polish the hammer basically. And I normally would just hit it with a wire brush. I don't have any right available at the second before I use it. So any of the marks on the hammer aren't transferred to the workpiece. So here, what I'm looking at here now, I've got these pieces. I know they're all good. They're the right shape. They're not sharp. I want to know which side's going to be my outside and which side's going to be my inside. Because the steel is rustable. If there's any deep scratches, I'll put them on the inside. Nobody sees the inside, but this rust is a little bit deep. And this also. So these are the good sides, so I'm gonna want those out. So if I dish them in like this, the deep marks will be on the inside and no one will ever see them. And this one is usually pretty obvious with hot rolled steel. This has got some gouges in it from whatever the shear when they cut it. And I did much less of a good job at the bottom here. So this is going to be my outside. This is going to be my inside. And because these are mirrored, I can dish them this way or I can dish them the other way. But since I've got two that they have discrepancies on one side, I'm just going to dish them in the same way, this way. Alright. And then I'll dish this one in like this too. So I've got to get a really sharp dish. This is a much deeper dish bowl than the big one I have at the other end of the garage, which is buried under a pile of stuff. But this should go fairly quickly for 3 pieces. Oh, yeah. If you hold your workpiece, this is something, I've said this 1,000 times. If you hold this and you support it from the other side, when you strike it, if your hand is on the other side, you're going to get like bone hurt. You're going to be hurting in the bone. And if you apply pressure in the direction that you're striking, it will not hurt at all compared to the other way. So I'm just going to dish these real quick. And I'm going to need to probably dish this one a little bit more, or those ones as well. Anyway, here, let's just do it. Talking too much. All I want to do is dish. Oh yeah, this hammer is perfect. Is the exact same shape as this dish that I carved into the wooden stump. So when they make contact, it's the same shape. It's the same radius. It's pretty close, and these ones require a slight bend this way for the shape. There's one. Let's do this other one. A little lumpy. It's pretty close. Whew. Looks all right. Tiniest bit lumpy. Let's see. That's good. something like that. Or the other way, like that. There we go. That's the right way. Now I'm gonna play around with it. It fits a little better. Okay. Ooh. So I was dishing, and it's a little lumpy, but it's not too bad because the people that will be using it are of the sport combat type, which means they will be smashing it on the outside when you are done smashing it on the inside. I have a planishing machine here, actually. This blue thing right here. This thing, it goes, and it's got a little air piston that pushes down. It's a air hammer, so it rapidly fires in a downward motion. So this piece, I have to curve a lot more that way. But what I'm gonna do, so I want to try to make this hole as small as possible, but it has to be big enough to allow me to flip this piece on the inside on the bottom. So, oh, come on. Okay. So this on the outside, these on the inside, and it's spring loaded, I tell you. Oh, because look, if this was the hole, that would be bad. If your finger can get out it, it's too big. So, what does this one need? This one needs this piece to be curved a lot more. So I'm going to curve it inward. I'm going to use the stump a little bit here. And it's probably not going to be enough. But this spring-loaded basket hills, people have much easier designs. This needs to be bent down more. Okay. Something just like this. There. Now this. Two much smaller holes here. Still too big for a finger. Both of them. So I can do, pull them tighter and then check. Definitely need to pull this in a bit. Oh. There we go. Much more fist size anyway. Let's see. Oh, that's better. So the position of these holes I don't determine ahead of time. I know when I was taught how to make it that I was shown to punch and put the holes there and just force it until they line up, but it took much more time making the pieces perfect, whereas this way I found all I got to do is make them close enough. Speeds up the process a lot. So I would say that I hammer this in more and this to make this more rounded, then it would make it. Let's see what I've got. It would make it to make it fit. I like how this one's fitting together already. It's not fitting together, but it's fitting together. All right, let's go over here again. Let's just work at this at the stump for a minute. Okay. This I want curved more in the middle. That's a little better. Fits a little snugger. What can I do here? Make that better. I think that this groove could be a little bit bigger. Maybe if I trim that just a touch with the belt sander even. This one's fine. That whole size is okay. This angle's okay. But when I put these where they're supposed to go, I'm gonna feel some touching in here. Just a little bit in here. We'll mark it with a Sharpie and start on the other piece. Give me a good idea where I'm gonna end up with this one. Going to bend it just a bit more in here. Okay. Oh, that one went in much nicer. And yeah, I would say that this hole doesn't line up as much. Or to take out this. Or to take that down a bit. What does this one say? This one says the same thing. Right? So whenever I cut that, it's probably not bad. It could be this piece too. Because I said before I did it by hand. But I think what I'm going to do is sand these ones and leave this alone because it's pretty straight. It's pretty concentric at this point now that the holes are in it. And I'm just going to sand these two down. And if I had a regular pattern that I would use 100% of the time, what I would do is take that pattern and just take a little, you know, take the scissors to it, cut it back just a little bit. But for this purpose, I'm going to just sand these two. So I took it back a little bit. I think this one will fit nicer. Don't take it back too much. I'm gonna take a little bit more off. Just Yeah, I think that'll work. I am noticing now, though, that because I've taken a little bit off of this, and maybe not this piece, that this radius is now going to be sticking in where the handle hole is going to go. So I'm going to bring that back a little bit too, which means I'm going to have to do that to the other side. No big deal. That one should be all right. Let me fix this one now. Making sure no babies can get hurt. Oh, one small spot now. Let's check it. 1, 2. All right, that's perfect. I'm going to put some holes now. I'm going to put these holes in. I want to make sure that when I close it up, that these holes are in the right spot. This is the hardest part for me. Committing to the hole position on these ones. I'm just going to do it for the sake of time, and here's my fun shears. Now, I am making the holes bigger than they have to be, so that the hole position can be less accurate, more forgiving, because I'm not 100% accurate on my riveting every time. I don't want to be. I want to be fast. Now, look, hole size is a little bigger than it's supposed to be, but you can tell the holes don't line up perfectly. What I can do is get a smaller punch, then drill it out or ream it out, or none of that, and use a smaller size rivet to connect the two oversized holes, which will cause slight premature wearing of the rivets, but should not require major repair prior to life expectancy of a basket hilt. I just thought of something. I've never made one with copper washers on it before. I was thinking that maybe it would add some different flair. Well, the copper's pretty soft. Basket hilts take a lot of beating and abuse. If you put copper in there, it would smush out more, probably wear a lot faster than if it was just all steel. Maybe a steel washer. Oh no. I think, like, I've had this hammer for a long time. I bought it when it was brand new. I'm the only one, to my knowledge, that's ever used this to make armor with. I seriously doubt that if you bought a brand new hammer in a store, that somebody else would do exactly what you use it with. Use it for. Blech. See if we can put this rivet in. And I leave them loose. Somebody asked me one time, somebody that should know, how do you get the rivets so nicely peened out? And I think the copper-plated seal washers. Now you're cooking with fire. Yeah, copper-plated seal washers. I like that idea. I just paint the whole thing with copper spray paint. Actually, I might have copper spray paint. Oh, here we go. Huh? I got 50 colors of aerosol paint. This is copper. I don't know what you would coat steel with if it wasn't paint. Copper-plated, electro-plated. I'm sure you could gold-plate it. No! The rivet fell out. The one that wasn't big enough yet. Oh, here we go. Back in. Yeah, the secret to a well-peened rivet is the smallest ball-peened hammer that you got. Ball side down first, always. Waiting for the chime of a bell. When it rings like a bell, you know the rivets are all tight. If it buzzes like an alarm clock, it's not done yet. Look at this rivet. It's flared out as wide as it can be flared out for the thickness of the metal I'm fusing it together with. But it's not too flat. I hear the bell, and it's only been 2 rivets. Perfect. See, now the holes are about the same size, and they will close up a little bit when I hit it a little bit more. I will put this one in next. And I will deal with the consequences of it being wrong later. You know what? I just noticed something of the 2 pieces. This one's a little bit more pointed here than the round shape on this. So I'm going to concentric thighs it. That looks pretty round. Anything else? Everything else looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. Would you hand it to a baby? Yep. It's not mine. All right. Here we go. Now, we will put in the holes. Committing to the first set of holes is the hardest part. The other ones are easy because they can only go one place. But once these are in, we'll determine how good the whole finished piece looks. So, now make sure these holes are pretty good. Oh, where are we here? Oh! Okay. It's not bad. We'll see what happens when I put the rivets in, how they set up nice or not. You know what? They have copper plated wire. They have copper plated like MIG wire, something like that, where the electricity runs through the copper of the wire instead of the wire. I think that's how it works. And then the copper, or the wire itself, is like steel wire, but it's copper in color. Maybe copper plating. I know they used to dip things in bronze. I know you can still do that too. It's probably a lot less than your, you know, Shears dipping your baby shoes in bronze forever. Excuse me? No. Don't forget to use your dimpled hunk of metal. Dimpled hunk of metal to hold it in the right spot. Oh, also, the order in which these rivets go in for this particular pattern is important. I have a bunch of nicks on my hammer here from hitting it just off center. But if you put these ends in first, and I close this all up, I can't reach this bottom with the hammer very easily. I will have to figure out another way to put these in, one with a longer hammer even, which I have. But even when I didn't have one, I was using a file handle, and I made this the shape of a ball peen, right, this handle, and I would smash in, I did this for years, I would smash in the rivets I couldn't reach before I got a hammer that I could do it with. So let's carry this on. Let's get this other one on the go and see how she lines up. We're hoping she's very good. No! It's okay. I'm just getting to the point where the rivet's too big to fall out. Oh, there we go. Starting to ring more. Oh, look, it lines up nice. Look, even with tight rivets, it doesn't line up too bad. Just ignore the top parts. I've made these before, and because I cheat, I make the holes too big. The rivets didn't line up. They were like offset. But I'm very happy with this particular one. Artisan stuff always has imperfections. And I really did think about mass producing this. This is such a solid product. You could make a gazillion of these and people will use them forever. Now, inside, because it's hands, I take extra special care. Most people don't put padding inside their basket hilts. They rely on holding the stick to protect their fingers from certain death. Even a glove could be ripped open by a sharp rivet. So, inside these, I take extra care to make sure like there's no sharp edges on the rivets on the inside of the handles. Hard over soft, except where it matters. Your hands and your cup. There. That one has to be. The last one. There, look at that. Now we bend. We can put this right back in this stump. Where is the stump? There. It's a little bit all over the place, but now I can do this. And you're like, Jack, no, not your stump. You've got rivets in it. You're damaging it. That's okay. I know how to make replacement ones. And I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, look at that. Come together right now and go pee. Having issues with the top section and the bottom section. But you know what? You know what? My friend Mike would say. You know what? Yeah, you smart guy. I be telling you. You be stupid. But you're smart. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Am I stupid or am I smart? Who keeps opening that? Do I do that? Oh, the rivets are in there. That's why. Driving myself crazy here. Take a rivet. Put it in. Let's see. So I'm going to put these two in. I'm going to make a thing. Oh, yeah. This rivet has come loose because I shaped it. It means it was loose in the first place. Let's see. Well, it's not like a helmet. You don't want it to ring. Oh, this rivet right here. That's good. This one's better. And if this one's better, you know what you can do when you have a hole lined up over another hole and it's close to an edge? You can take your punch. If you can take your punch, and put it through the hole that you already have. If it will let you, you can do this. This is not letting me. Oh no, what is going on? Oh, come on. What was that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a mark. Oh, when it's close, and see if it moves. Oh yeah, it moved a bit. It moved a bit. So what I'm going to do with this one, I can't punch straight through to the other side easily enough. I'm going to drill it. Ladies and gentlemen, he has resorted to drilling. But drilling can leave marks. So I don't like the drilling. I have lots of drill bits here. I got these things for like 30 bucks a set. This entire set went on sale for 30 bucks. And each drill bit in here will allow you to drill a single hole before it goes bad. Every single drill bit in here will allow you to drill one hole. And there's 1,000 drill bits. So if my math is right, it usually is, I can drill at least 30 holes with all of these drill bits. At least. But I would like to drill more. You know what? I think I can punch this one. If I just try harder. Oh. I think I can do it. I think I can punch it. I'm gonna try one more time to punch this. Because punching it is so much more satisfying to me. And it pulls it together when you make the hole. Come on. Why will you not let me punch this, huh? Why? Oh, here we go. Now I can punch it. It went in. Now before anything else, I will put one rivet in at a time. Because I said so. It's right on the edge. That works. And the hole's nice and small, just big enough for a thumb. Anyone has literally somebody just messaged me asking if anyone has a template for a something thumb gauntlet. Some gauntlet. Thumb gauntlet. I'm gonna just hit this one more time in the dish. Okay. There we go. Come on. It's not gonna let me. I'm telling you. I don't planish. I don't like it. It takes away from the marks. But sometimes you gotta hit the outside of your work with the hammer. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna get it. This is an unwieldy tool, not to be mounted somewhere. Come on. Come on. Pop in there. I don't know why this isn't just going in like the other one. Struggle so much sometimes with making metals. go. There we go. And now it's stopped. Ah, I got it. Perfect. There we go. Another rivet. Another rivet bites the dust. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. None of my business. Come on, get with me. Oh, look, the top is coming perfectly. That's nice. So the goal here on this surface is to have a flat edge. This circle doesn't need to protrude back anymore because the handle runs straight through the center. What do I got? I got a handle here. And if I have a handle like this, and my goal is to protect my thumb, this is already far enough back because the pattern added a taper from where this would not be. So from this spot here to here, this piece is actually getting bigger in this triangle. You see, if I hold it like this, you can see that this side is actually bigger than this side. That gives me an angled basket hilt. Continue. Already enough with the splaining. It's home stretch. Okay. Now I want to smash this in the dish some more. Just a little bit more. Okay. 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 There we go. Must smashy smashy. More. Don't want to smash it too much. My lumpy. Basket hilt of protection. If this was D&D, this would be like a basket hilt of protection, but secretly cursed to break thumbnails because the tiny thumbnail hole. Part of me thinks I should make my own pattern that is got none of the issues that come with making this particular style of a basket hilt. Squeak, squeak. Okay, more. Squeak more. Oh, it's almost there. Maybe. Maybe. So I do have somewhere. Oh, here it is. I'll just put that in my vise. This thing. This is not what I normally use this for. But it's got a smooth round edge on the top. I want to hammer this in some more. Hammer this in. I don't have a ball spike. I don't have a ball welded on the end of a spike. Or do I? I don't think so. Oh, I do, here's what I do instead. Because I don't have one of those fancy things. You can see the blue vise, right? Alright, let's go like this. Something I do instead, because this is not a very common thing. These hammers, I've got several of these. Exactly the same. with the exception of the radiuses. I got another one somewhere else too, but because they have this nice hexagonal shape to it, I can put them in the vise like that, and I can use it as a spike to hammer onto. This is what I did when I planished and I didn't have this machine. But, like I think I may have mentioned, I don't like planishing. Alright, see, I'm closing this hole right here. It's getting closer. You can see through it. You can see the plate on the other side. This one's still way out. I'm going to need to pull that into. But every time I hit it, the hole is getting smaller. Let's see here. Very close. And see, it's so far away. Can't be on the edge. Just got to be all the way. Boop. Come on. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you just need a bigger hammer. I can't even hold it strong enough. I have made too many of these, and I always run into this issue. I can't even get to that thing. Anyway, let's just keep squeezing this for all it's worth. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. All right, I think we're winning. Perfect. Now we need to hit this way. And we now have it closed. Now we can even use this punch. Maybe. Oh, hold on. Let's give it another smack. Alright. Another smacky smack. Nope. Nope. It's so close. You can see it's like, it's almost where I want it. Go more. Almost. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah. I think if I pinch it, no, it will be slightly perfect, but only slightly. There we go. I think that's where I want the rivet. Right there. Will you take $20 for your basket hilt? No! Why not? This is exactly why not. It took me 7 hours to make the thing. Would you work for less than you figured out you're worth? No. Perfect! Winning! So, let's do this. Finally. That one took too much. The next one will not take much at all. Look at that. Fantastic. It's right exactly where it's supposed to be. See, I had to pull it in. I made it wonky, but I'll fix that. Don't worry. I have experience.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm fine.
Well, I finished the project. Almost.
Okay.
Shortly. So that's good.
I'm sneezing.
You're sneezing.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. I got to hit this more. Oh.
What is the password for the TV?
What TV?
The main TV.
I don't even understand what that means. There's no password on the main
The
TV.
Microsoft password.
Oh yeah, Jessica knows it.
She tried it twice.
For her Microsoft account, it's different. Give me some time. She doesn't need it right now.
Okay.
Sheesh. No way. It's that important that you must get. Oh, look at that. That came in nice and quick. And look, it's perfect. I can probably just punch it faster than all the rest too. Better than all the rest. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, and I stabbed myself. Right here at the top. Remember to take a file to that. I'll take a file to it right now. Oh boy. Hey man, you take $30 for your basket hill, man. I need the rest of the money for some drugs, man. No, fight me. Then you can have it. Really, man? That's really rad of you, man. Shut up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. One more rivet. How does that look? Straight? That looks pretty straight. Oh wow, I think we're done. One loose rivet. Look at this. Look, I got it. I finished it. Can't believe I finished it. Basket hilt. Protecting of the fingers. Pretty lightweight for a basket hilt. Let's see if I got any material or sword stuff. Let's see. Get this. Not in here. Oh yeah, here we go. There's a nice beaten stick. Whack! It's a heavy stick, but it'll hurt. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Little wonky at the bottom here. I'm just gonna want to keep hitting it and keep hitting it and keep hitting it until it's absolutely perfect. And that's what I was told not to do. At some point, come on. Because at some point, even though whatever you make, you could be unsatisfied with, you should make it and then stop. I'm sure you could keep painting a painting forever if you wanted to. The problem with imperfection in things is occasionally you get stuck on the imperfection of the things. I think I got a shorter stick too in here. Somewhere. What's this? These are good stuff. Oh, here's one. Oh yeah, that's shorter. Nobody likes these. Look at that. There we go. Alright, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's a mean beaten stick right there. Oh, this is high density polyethylene. BTW. I think. Going to sand a little bit of this down. With the 80 grit. This is the 120. Get into all hours of the night here. Which way? Oh. That's cooking. Oh, polypropylene or polyethylene. One or the other. Look at this. Send that off. A little bit heavy. Mean beaten stick. Mean beaten stick. A nice little basket hilt. All right. Well, any questions? No questions. Somebody said it looks good. Probably a long time ago. Thank you. Thank you. They. Copper-plated skills from Cicada. Now you're cooking with fire. And Steve Maka. Chris Stokes. Rudy P. Impressive. Thank you for watching. I was just bored in my garage. Let's see. I'm done though. I think I should get some sleep. I gotta wake up at 5, go to work. If I'm lucky, which I usually am, I get to hit the snooze button until 5:08. And then again at 5:12. But then I gotta wake up at 5:12. That's like the cutoff. If I don't leave my house within 3 minutes of 5:12, I don't get to stop for coffee. Don't get to stop for coffee at all. Leave a comment and let me know what you want me to build next time. I have a kidney belt I'm not finished. It's made of leather. I put some steel on it. I do have to make a couple helmets. Actually, somebody has a helmet with the visor. It's only being held down by Velcro. Maybe I'll make a strap for that for the guy. I should text him right now and be like, you dummy, give me that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Beating stick. Beat right in the face with a stick. Okay, bye. I think okay, bye. Again, how do you shut this thing off? Okay, bye.